You know, when you think of American luxury cars, one name immediately springs to mind: Lincoln. For over a century, it's been the ride of choice for presidents, celebrities, and anyone with a taste for homegrown elegance. But have you ever wondered how this icon came to be? The story isn't what you'd expect. It's a tale of rivalry, genius, and a relentless pursuit of perfection. And it all starts not with a luxury car, but with a V12 aircraft engine. Our story begins with a man named Henry Leland. Now, if that name sounds familiar, it should. Leland was a master machinist and engineer, a true perfectionist. He was the brilliant mind who founded Cadillac and turned it into the standard of the world. But by 1917, America was on the brink of entering World War I, and Leland, a staunch patriot, wanted to contribute to the war effort. He proposed that Cadillac start building Liberty aircraft engines for the military. However, the head of General Motors at the time, William Durant, was a pacifist and refused. Frustrated but determined, the 74-year-old Leland didn't back down. He left the company he had built, secured a massive $10 million government contract, and with his son Wilfred, founded a new company. He named it after the first president he ever voted for, a man he deeply admired, Abraham Lincoln. The Lincoln Motor Company was born, dedicated to building those powerful Liberty V12 aircraft engines. Leland's team worked tirelessly, and by the war's end, they had produced over 6,500 engines. They were masters of precision manufacturing. But with the war over, the government contracts vanished. Lincoln was left with a state-of-the-art factory and a highly skilled workforce, but no product. So, Leland decided to pivot back to what he knew best: building automobiles. He set his sights on creating a car that would surpass even his previous creation, Cadillac. In 1920, the first Lincoln automobile, the Model L, was unveiled. Mechanically, it was a masterpiece. It featured a revolutionary V8 engine, a marvel of engineering for its time, designed with the same precision as their aircraft engines. It was powerful, smooth, and incredibly reliable. The chassis and engineering were, without a doubt, world-class. There was just one problem: the car's body. While the engine was a work of art, the exterior design was considered old-fashioned, boxy, and just plain dull. It just didn't look like the luxury car it was priced to be. Sales were disastrously slow. The post-war recession hit hard, and the company found itself in deep financial trouble. By 1922, Lincoln was on the verge of bankruptcy, and this is where the story takes a fascinating turn. The one person who came to the rescue was none other than Henry Ford. Yes, that asterisk Henry Ford. Now, there was no love lost between Ford and Leland. Years earlier, Leland had been brought in to appraise the assets of a failing company Ford had started, and he ended up transforming it into Cadillac, Ford's biggest rival. The irony was thick. Ford saw an opportunity not just for a little revenge, but to enter the luxury car market, a segment where his own Model T couldn't compete. He bought the Lincoln Motor Company out of receivership for $8 million. Initially, Ford promised that the Lelands would retain full control to run the company as they saw fit. But that promise didn't last long. Clashes between Ford's cost-cutting style and Leland's no-compromise and quality approach were inevitable. Within a few months, the Lelands were forced out of their own company for good. Now, with Lincoln under his complete control, Henry Ford put his son Edsel Ford in charge. And this was a stroke of genius. While Henry Ford was the master of mass production, his son Edsel had an innate sense of style and elegance. Edsel understood something his father didn't. Luxury car buyers wanted more than just a reliable machine. They wanted beauty, prestige, and custom craftsmanship. Edsel immediately began commissioning custom bodies from the finest coach builders in America, names like Brunn, Judkins, and Willoughby. Suddenly, the mechanically superb Lincoln chassis was being dressed in stunning, elegant designs. Lincolns became rolling sculptures, turning heads wherever they went. They were transformed from engineering marvels into symbols of status and good taste. The brand quickly established itself as a true competitor to Cadillac and Packard. This era also saw the beginning of Lincoln's long and storied relationship with the American presidency. In 1924, a Lincoln became the first official state limousine used by a U.S. president, Calvin Coolidge. This tradition would continue for decades, cementing Lincoln's image as the president's car. The brand's golden age arguably arrived in 1936 with the introduction of the Lincoln Zephyr. Designed by the legendary Eugene Gregory under Edsel Ford's direction, the Zephyr was a game-changer. It featured a streamlined aerodynamic teardrop design that was unlike anything else on the road. It was also the first successful unibody car in America, making it lighter and more rigid. It was a massive success and helped Lincoln navigate the Great Depression. But the Zephyr's greatest legacy was the car it inspired. In 1939, Edsel Ford wanted a personal, one-of-a-kind convertible for his vacation in Florida. He tasked Gregory with creating a European-style convertible based on the Zephyr platform. The result was a long, low, and breathtakingly beautiful car. When Edsel drove it around Palm Beach, his wealthy friends were so impressed they immediately wanted one for themselves. They flooded Ford with orders. This custom creation was quickly put into production and given a new name, the Lincoln Continental. It is still considered by many to be one of the most beautiful cars ever made. After a pause for World War II, Lincoln returned with new designs, but the post-war years brought new challenges. The iconic Continental was discontinued in 1948. Throughout the 50s and 60s, Lincoln battled Cadillac for supremacy, producing massive chrome-laden land yachts that defined the era. Then, in 1961, Lincoln did it again. They introduced a car that would redefine American luxury for a new generation, the fourth generation Lincoln Continental. With its clean slab-sided design, rear-hinged suicide doors, and understated elegance, it was a masterpiece of mid-century modern design. It was a radical departure from the fins and chrome of the 50s and became an instant classic, winning numerous design awards and influencing car design for years to come. Tragically, it was in a 1961 Lincoln Continental convertible that President John F. Kennedy was assassinated, forever linking the car to a pivotal moment in American history. Through the 70s and 80s, Lincoln continued to adapt, introducing models like the Town Car, which became synonymous with chauffeured luxury and comfort. In the late 90s, they ventured into the burgeoning luxury SUV market with the Lincoln Navigator, a move that proved incredibly successful and redefined the brand for a new era. Today, Lincoln is still carrying the torch of American luxury, focusing on what it calls quiet flight, a philosophy centered on creating a serene, comfortable, and effortless driving experience. From aircraft engines born out of patriotic duty to iconic presidential limousines and stunning design classics, the story of Lincoln is a testament to the power of vision, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of a higher standard. It's a truly American story, built on the rivalry and genius of automotive pioneers. Thank you so much for watching. What's your favorite Lincoln model of all time? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey through automotive history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories like this. See you in the next one.